Okay, now launch QBasic again, and this time we're going to talk about a validation loop, validating something is true. So I'm going to dim uh, my num as integer, and I'm going to ask a user input, please enter a number less than 100. Okay, while so I want the number to be less than 100. If they give me something bigger than 100, I can't, for whatever reason, we can't do something. So I'm going to ask them over and over again till you fit the requirement I need. So while my num is greater than 100, remember there's a when here at the end, so it stop getting mad at me. I'm going to say I'm going to ask for the number again. Input. I'm going to say invalid, all capitals, let them know. Invalid entry. Please take the caps lock off. Please enter a number less than 100. So let's change this to, because 100 at this point, okay, let me go ahead and, I'm jumping around too much. Come back, that, so I have that. And so really, my thing's not going to fail at 100. So I'm going to say while it's greater than or equal to 100. Or I could say while it's greater than 99. So it'll go in this loop if it equals 100 or if it's anything over 100. Okay. And then I'll print, thanks. Your number was my num. Fix that for me. So let me run this real quick. So, oh, that's out of my recording series. So please enter a number less than 100. So I'm going to put 100. Now remember, our test said it had to be less than 100, so this should not be a valid entry. It lets me know that's not a valid entry. So some people would think, well, why didn't I just use an if statement? Why did I use a loop? I used a loop because they could enter 111 now. They could keep entering numbers too big. And you don't want them to continue until they enter something that's valid. So now I'll say 5, thanks, your number was 5. All right. And likewise, if I run this once and I just put in a number that's less than 100, it'll work. So in the book, they talk a little bit about a counter in here. So you might want to put a counter in your while loop. This says while my number is less than 100 and attempts is less than 10 or something. Because in case you have some logic mistake, you don't want them caught in a loop that goes forever because they can't enter the value that you're asking for. For example, you may ask for a number between 90 and 100. And if I'm asking for a number between 90 and 100, the way we talk and the way you do that mathematically is different. So I would be asking for a number that, it's I want a number that is greater than 90 and less than 100. Okay? So that would make that thing good. So how would you test that? How would you do a while statement for the same thing? Would be while my number is less than 90, that's bad. Or my number is greater than 100. If we're testing between 90 and 100, it has to be, for it to fail, it has to be either less than 90 or it has to be greater than 100. A mistake a lot of people will make is they will put an and in there. If the number is less than 90 and greater than 100, then it fails. Well, there is no number that is less than 90 and greater than 100. So a lot of times, just if you're having problems with your ifs or something like that, just plug in a number here or there and just test to see, does my and or make sense in this situation. So here's an easy example of a validation loop. I'm going to have something similar to this for you in your homeworks. Uh, and have you turn it in. Thanks.